doom doom da doom 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 da doom doom doom. Oh, hello there. I'm just singing the Doom song in celebration or mourning, however you really feel like it, over the incoming destruction of Sony and Xbox. Why are these companies doomed? Why is PlayStation and Xbox doomed? Well, Stephen Miller is expected to be named Trump's deputy chief of staff for policy. This man will be setting policy and help shaping laws in America going forward. How does this make these companies doomed? Well, this is the man who formed the group America First Legal. America First Legal is the group that got DEI banned in colleges and are now trying to get DEI banned in business as well, with a lawsuit against the Walt Disney Corporation that is going along splendidly. While progress may feel like it takes forever, it is slowly happening. Now, this is on top of the Supreme Court's ruling that you no longer need to show significant damages, which was never part of the law. The lower courts just added that to make it extremely difficult for people to sue for being discriminated against on a racial level or for underneath sex or national origin. You know, you can see it right here. And the lower courts, for the longest time, made it very difficult to sue if you've been discriminated against. Because what a lot of companies were doing was, okay, we'll discriminate against you, but we'll discriminate against you, but we will discriminate against you in a way that doesn't cause you any damages, so you can't sue us over it. And the Supreme Court went, no, the law does not say you have to show damages. It just says you can't be discriminated against. This has been corrected in America, making these lawsuits over discrimination vastly easier. Now, Grubbs has covered a lot of information about what's going on Xbox. It's been pretty dire. Now, if it is all true or even fractionally true, white employees have been massively discriminated against, from management positions, project leads, and on top of all that, they've been paid less than their non-white counterparts. All of that entitles every single last employee at Xbox to sue Xbox into oblivion. And when this lawsuit passes, and though that's the funny part, because I was waiting for this lawsuit to pass. So I was thinking all this time, like, oh, when this lawsuit passes, then we're going to see a flurry of more lawsuits because the case law will be established against the gaming industry. But with Stephen Miller now put in a position where he can help dictate policy, these companies may be punished a lot faster and more expediently than having to wait for case law to be developed. And make no mistake, Microsoft reportedly shut down an internal DEI team. But as you scroll down, we get to hear, however, despite the closure of this particular team, Microsoft says they're still committed to fostering diversity and inclusion within their ranks. Our D&I commitments remain unchanged. Our focus on diversity and inclusion is unwavering, and we are holding firm in our expectations, prioritizing accountability, and continuing to focus on this work. In other words, Microsoft and Xbox will be sued into oblivion, or will be on the receiving end of some pretty steep penalties from incoming policies from the man who is getting this stuff abolished himself. And Sony is not far behind them, because they push the same stuff in all of their businesses. Don't think that this is going to stop at Xbox and PlayStation. Oh, no. Ubisoft and every other gaming company out there that has fostered DEI is going to be in deep trouble. We just don't know what kind of deep trouble yet. We can guess what kind of deep trouble from the lawsuit, because then you'll just have a bunch of employees suing them and ultimately bankrupting a lot of companies. We don't know what kind of policies Stephen Miller's going to put in place, so we can't really guess what the penalties are going to be for being racially discriminating pricks. We do know, based on the man's work, that DEI and ESG are going to be greatly curtailed in America, but we can't say how exactly. And that is where the fun comes into play as we get to wait and see how it's all going to play out. And make no mistake, people, companies are panicking over the backlash against DEI. A lot of them have outright dropped their DEI policies. A lot of them are talking to lawyers to get around backlash and incoming legal action against them. I recommend checking out Adam Post. He covers this in great detail. Great channel to keep up with the news about the developments against DEI and ESG in America. Now, to cover the elephant in the room, their plan was originally to rebrand DEI to Bridge. It's basically the same thing, except for it just contains some other fancy wording. And then continue to do it, but, you guys are so stupid, you won't know the difference because we don't call it DEI anymore. Problem is, America First Legal showed up, i.e. Stephen Miller. Got it pulled out of colleges, is getting it pulled out of business. The Supreme Court ruled that you can't discriminate against people and that they don't need to show damages anymore. They fixed that. While these companies may want to change up the definitions and try to hide them and try to hide what they're doing, at the end of the day, what they're doing is illegal and nothing is going to change that. That means a lot of these businesses are going to get sued, fined, and potentially see their executives face prison time or some other form of direct punishment. DEI and Bridge are going to DIE. You see what I did there? I'm so clever. Oh, funny enough, the first time I heard about DEI, I heard it spelled DIE, and I'm like, they cannot seriously be naming it DIE. And I have to wonder if that was the original spelling or just someone being clever and just spelling it the wrong way intentionally. Either way, that's all there is really to say about this. Watch out for what's coming down the pipeline against these companies, because the era of wokeism is coming to an end. Well, the era of tolerating wokeism is coming to an end. But it's a long road ahead to make things right and get gaming back to a place where everyone can enjoy it. And until then, we'll just keep gaming and enjoying life. Or we could just go outside and touch grass. I mean, gaming's a luxury. We don't need to play their products. A lesson that these companies are learning the hard way. So hit that like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.